Hi, welcome to another video by Daniel and John. Today we're going to be talking about Lanoguard Underbody vehicle protection. We bought the extra large injector kit, and in that comes two of these, and these are 2 litres each. And we undo it, it's like coffee colour. Along with that came a tub of grease, same stuff, with a paintbrush to put it on. Got a roll of, can't remember call that, rag, basically, stockinette rag, instruction leaflet, service application interval sticker. This sprayer trigger goes in there like that, remove the cap. And
I think you can extend it as well, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can get to everywhere.
And this injector thing goes in the sills, etc. Yeah. And looks like it might just screw on there. I'll have to have a look in a minute.
So what's the reason why we're using this then?
Every year we are painting this vehicle, and we're using fairly decent paint on it, rubbing it down, rust treatment, 30-40 quid tin of paint, your average stuff. And the next year we're coming back to it and we're still in the same position.
Yeah, it's actually more the back end that looks the worst, and got that.
So, like most Discovery owners, spend a lot of time maintaining them, keeping them in good condition, and that's really our aim to do this.
We just want to try something different, don't we, this year?
Yeah. I've read reviews, and believe it or not, been thinking about using this stuff for about 4 or 5 years. And I've even heard a testimonial from somebody who's had it on their vehicle for 3 years and is still on there. So we'll put it on and we'll see how we go, because if it does last, it does preserve the vehicle, although it's 140 quid for the extra large kit.
This is the large kit. You can buy a smaller one though.
Yeah, extra large kit. It's going to be value for money. You can buy it smaller, like just 1-2 litre, and you can even buy top up. So if you run out, so one of these apparently should do this Discovery. We bought 2 because I've got a van and I'm thinking of doing that with it as well. Regarding shipping and time, if you plan to do this over a weekend, order it 3 or 4 days in advance, because the shipping says 2 to 3 days.
They do faster shipping, but it has to be ordered by 12 p.m.
12 p.m, yeah.
So,
and the faster shipping is an additional cost. It's not a fortune, so if you do want it quickly, you can get it. So we'll see how we get on with it.
welcome back to part 2. As you can see, we're in the process of applying it, and it's blacked it out quite a bit. There's a few things to note though about using it.
Right.
First thing, you should obviously shake. The instructions say to shake it.
Shake it really well.
And there's a tip with the nozzle as well.
So you put your pipe in, and to get it up to the top, to the trigger spray, you undo this all the way.
Anti-clockwise.
Anti-clockwise. And when it's getting towards the end, just do a few pumps and back into the container so you don't waste any. Once it's flowing through, and it'll be a bit like a water pistol, then turn this and do this right the way up tight, and then just knock it off a little bit, just a fine bit, because you want a clear mist basically, because it is expensive stuff. It's good.
I mean, we've done all the way from that side halfway round to here, and we've used.
You can see it just there.
Basically,
we're up to
basically nothing.
So we've done virtually a whole Discovery and done nothing. Trick to spraying it is if you watch my hand.
Yeah, it's a little bit windy today, so it's not helpful. But
so you're pulling, squeeze, moving, squeeze, moving, squeeze, moving, and that way you cover so much more. The benefits I've found with this so far, it's the first time we've used it, it's very quick. It covers really well. You can see the springs we've done. It's got a shine, almost like a lacquer on them.
It's almost like it's been painted, basically.
I can get to places where we couldn't normally get to, high up near the floor of the ceiling, in little crooks and nannies that you couldn't get to. So this is definitely one of the products that it does what it says on the tin, even though it's in a plastic container. That's what it does. It actually does it. Before, this was rusty. Yeah, it's virtually turned it black.
It's done the same the other side as well, and underneath as well.
But bear in mind, we have, like we said previously, traffic cleaner on here.
Pressure washer.
I've pressure washed it, rinsed it off, and more important than everything, if you look on the floor, a big tarpaulin sheet, because this stuff does drift, and if you don't wear glasses, you're going to need some sort of protection. And it might even be advisable to put a lightweight mask on with it. The odd thing about it, and I don't mind the smell, it does remind me of sheep, and that's what it obviously is all out the sheep's wool, so it does smell like sheep.
So we've been using it and we've been shaking the bottle as we've been using it. Just information on the back, just for your reference. A lot of features. The only thing we haven't tried yet is the sill injector, but we might do that in a minute.
We haven't tried the grease.
We haven't tried the grease, we could do though.
When we move on to that, we'll pop that in the
Part
video
3
as well.
and part 4, yeah. But so far so good, looks really good. Okay, welcome back to the third part. So we've applied the spray everywhere, that's all looking good. If we can see that, it's made it all black. It's really worked well, to be honest. And now we're going to try the sill injector, which is part of the kit.
I just say, this is the first 2 litre bottle, and we're up to there, and literally we've gone everywhere with it. We've done Discovery 2 everywhere, floor panels, a lot. Yeah,
so I would probably do the spraying first and then see what you've got left and then do the sills.
So,
but we've got holes here on this one, left, right, here, so we can just go in here.
Right, I haven't read the instruction booklet of this, but I can see that that's got to come off.
So yeah, it looks like you use the trigger with it.
I just want to keep that somewhere safe.
It's really looking really good.
Screws on. I'm guessing.
It does say to leave it 24 to 48 hours just to cure. So it's what we'll do.
Got that tight. So we'll.
See, it's coming through.
Coming through. So there's no need to prime it again. Let's see what it comes out like at the end there. So it comes in like jets.
Little jets.
So what it's got sort of backward facing jets. And you put it in and it coats the
inside.
Like you're spraying. So we'll give this a go.
And we're going to do this. So we're going to go all the way along here.
So
coat inside.
Find a hole there.
Okay. Go like left.
So go left first.
Yeah, like that.
Give it a. That'll do.
And then just move it along like that. And that'll just go round and you can squirt as you're doing it.
That's as far as I can go.
As far as you go is that, and you have to go a bit this way and then a bit that way.
This stuff is, even when you're spraying or you're using the injector, if areas are dripping on the floor, you're putting too much on. The quicker you can move your hand like that when you're spraying, the better it is.
Because you're covering more of an area.
Sometimes less is better. So we'll move along with it.
But what we'll do is, this is our first video for this stuff, but we'll probably do a follow-up video in a few months' time or later on in the year. Obviously we can't do it now because we just applied it, but this has been on here as well, on this radius arm.
Go again. Start at the top.
It's pretty self-explanatory this anyway.
Just push it along and squeeze it until you run out of pipe, and you know that's gone everywhere. Again, start there.
That go to the end here.
At the end there.
Yeah, and it's
You can
coming
see
out.
how much is pushed through because it's dropping out.
Yeah.
Hence the need for a half failure.
Yeah, you definitely got to have something on the floor.
So that's quite effective. In fact, I've said it, I'm really impressed with this product. And do you know what I think makes it?
Trigger's really good.
I don't know if these are universal sprayer triggers. There's obviously some gizmo in there, but it's the ease of this trigger and sprayer.
Yeah.
And it's been, from a product design perspective, you can tell it's been thought about.
It feels quality, doesn't it? Yeah.
Refined over years, so it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels quality,
Yeah.
so that's the main thing.
So I'm going to go around and do the other sill now, and then when I've done that, we'll come back and we'll try that pot of grease.
Yeah, we'll show you the grease as well, because obviously it's a kit. So we're going to try the moto grease now as the final part of the video.
And this is for sort of high impact areas like these radius arms, chassis rails, things like that. These things.
So it's basically a thicker coat. So they give you the brush. We'll just see what this is like.
Goes on nice and easy.
That's just the supports for the steps, that one.
Move down a bit.
So it's basically anything that gets hit by stones and whatever you're
So
doing
you see
with
the
it.
bottom of these shocks here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's give that a lick of this as well. We'll
Yeah.
go under there in a minute, but it has all been sprayed as well. But we'll
Yeah.
give it a lick of that.
These shocks aren't that old actually.
That goes on quite.
Yeah, what about that radius arm?
Yeah.
'Cause this is the stuff on the back that would be getting hit by stuff.
Stop you spraying stuff, and
Oh, so that goes on really easily. So that wouldn't
In
take you
that
no time
coat
at
of-
all.
so the spraying, using the spray and the injector to do a whole Discovery vehicle, first time use, it's taken say 40 minutes.
Yeah, we haven't been
So
rushing it
that's
either.
pretty good. And I tell you what, I am going to slap some on because they always rust. I'll get behind that in a minute.
Yeah.
You can put it on your springs, everything. It's
We've
quite
not worried
versatile.
about overspray or anything on this because it's an older vehicle. But if it's something newer, you might want to cover things up a bit more.
But I'd say all the products
That-
supplied with it.
That was all rusty before that axle. And as you can see, it's had probably a good half an hour to go off. So that's the result.
It is warm today.
That was completely rusted before.
We're working through these videos. If I spot anything, I'll mention it. It might be a sequence. I did notice that using this came away while I was using it. I don't know how it happened, but it did. It just came loose and dropped down there. So
I
just
think
keep,
that's more of a support for your hand, that, isn't
just
it?
keep an eye on that.
Yeah, just keep it tight. And even if the container does fall on its side like this, see, it doesn't leak, which is a good thing about it.
You do tend to find when it gets to about that level, if you're wriggling around underneath a vehicle like we are, it's a problem. But you can put this on springs and anywhere you want really. But we have got everywhere with it.
Yeah, so really easy to apply.
So I
Really
guess we're at
good.
the point where we go, well, 140 quid. Was it worth it? I'd say 100% yes.
Compared to painting and prepping. Yeah.
Painting, speed. Also the
Well, you don't have to buy the whole kit. You can buy
you can
just
buy
a single
small
one.
kit for
Yeah,
about £70. So if you're
Yeah.
buying just one of them,
and the sprayer.
yeah. But I bought this hoping it's going to be good stuff, and it is. I want to do a van and a little Fiat with it, so yeah, our money's worth out of it. Yeah, 10 out of 10. I can't fault the product really. Aesthetically as well, it makes the vehicle look a lot tidier underneath, especially as it all goes black. It'll protect your brake pipes if you get it on there, especially the spray. So definitely worth doing. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video and it's helped you decide whether to buy Lanoguard, and I would
Yeah,
I don't normally do
we
this.
would definitely buy it again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't normally do this, but I would highly recommend this
Yeah.
product.
Yeah.
Yeah, British company as well. So there's nothing wrong with supporting the UK as
No.
buying British. And if you're going to do it now while it's summer and the weather's hot. You want probably over a weekend to do it as well, because you need to leave it.
And also, good thing is, if you're a bit older and you don't want to be spending too much time underneath, you can just give it a quick clean up and then
Yeah.
apply it if you're a bit older or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's a valid point. If you are a bit older,
If you can't spend hours doing things,
you want to do it, but you've got to allow that
you just want to add a bit of protection.
weekend, 2 or 3 days. So, you know, if you did it Saturday morning, I guess if you're on to use Monday morning. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching once again.